If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 best small forwards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we'll start off with number 10. And at this point, at number 10, I have Jason Tatum. I just don't think this card does enough in terms of pure shot creation to be a top tier small forward option. He's very good stat and badge wise all the way around. High level defender, badges, I mean, only 11 hops, but good, a lot of good ones. Excuse me. He's fast, he's a great slasher, he's a great shooter, and he's great defensively. The problem is, he's got no sigs at all, and I mean at all. His dribble style stinks, his escape stinks, his behind the back stinks, his fade stinks. There's nothing about his animations beside his standstill jump shot that I particularly like, and so in all honesty, I don't think that I love this. I don't know. I think JT's still a fine card, but his lack of creation does bother me, and I think number 10 is probably the right spot for him. Number 9 is going to be Shawn Marion, who is not quite as complete as Jason Tatum is in terms of stats and badges, and I think I had Tatum a spot over him last time I did this list. But the thing that Marion does that Tatum doesn't do is he's a little more versatile with the ball in his hands. Basic dribble style still sucks, but Trey Escape gives him a nice little half-court sig. Normal fade is a better fade. His jumper's on quick, and it's a really good shot in its own right. I get that he shoots from the waist. I'm telling y'all, it's fast, it's smooth, and it's easy to green. That's plain and simple. I don't care how ugly it is. It is a good jump shot. And you combine that with maybe not quite the playmaking or shooting badges that Tatum had, but a better escape and elite finishing and elite defense, especially the badges defensively are phenomenal. I prefer Marion at this point, and I have him at number 9. Number 8 is going to be, I can't read my own handwriting. What does that say? One sec, y'all. Number 8 is Adam Morrison. I'm an idiot. I can't read my own handwriting. I saw Marion and then Morrison and my cat scratched next to each other. Hard to tell which said which, but number 8 is Adam Morrison, 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, 90 speed, 95 3 ball. He's just an elite level shooter this year, especially the Jerry West upper is much better this year than it was last year. I know he's not the same defensively as the cards we've already seen on this list and a lot of the other cards on this list, but he's not horrible. He's a pretty good rebounder, and I mean he's a capable finisher, 85 driving dunk, half posterizer. What I like about the card though is he has real shot creation ability. Kobe escape's pretty good. Jalen Brunson's drag back is nice. Trey fade is really good going to the left, and his jumper is really nice as well. I actually really like Adam Morrison. I think he's a stud of a card. This is going to be a controversial choice at number 7, but I have Carmelo Anthony all the way down at number 7. The reason for that is this is the point, this number 7 spot is where the point where the list gets really elite. I think from here up, every card is elite. The reason that Carmelo is only number 7 is because he is not an elite defender. He's not a terrible defender, but he is not an elite defender. And so therefore his value comes from mostly his offense. And the honest truth about his offense is his jumper is great. His slashing is very good. His shooting is nice. And his sigs aren't terrible. D-book dribble style, Kobe escape, pro behind the back. Not bad, but not great either. He's got normal fade, which isn't the best fade. His sigs are good. Look, I don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong, but the behind the back could be a little better. And that's one of the most important sigs to me when it comes to shot creation for an offensive card. I really like the card, but the next 2 guys in the list, number 1, Terry Dishinger at number 6. The reason that I like Terry Dishinger more than Carmelo Anthony is because when you look at them defensively, let's just actually compare the cards so I can explain my logic a little bit more for this placement. The thing about Terry is when you look at the stats, they're just not significantly worse in any specific area. Like, yes, he's got a -5 3 ball, but he's got Rudy Gay, still an elite jumper. He's just as good of a slasher, if not even maybe a little bit better. Defensive stats are also a little bit better. And the honest truth is, badge-wise, it's not that big of a difference either. Similar half shooting badges, both of them have really good ones, similar finishing badges. Carmelo's got some better playmaking badges slightly, but Terry's badges defensively are arguably a little bit better. And Terry animation-wise is also a little bit better in my opinion. I like the Kawhi Leonard behind the back a ton. I think that's an extra shot creation sig, and him having that really good fade as well is top tier offensive value. I mean, having an elite level fade and elite level behind the back are 2 of the most important things in the game for a high level shot creator. Terry has those things. Carmelo doesn't quite as much. They're very good cards. They're very similar cards. For me personally, my play style, the way I like to play, I would take Terry over Carmelo. And the same is obviously true for Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay is literally the same card as Terry, just an inch taller and 7'3" wingspan. They're basically the same card though. Defensively, similarly to Carmelo and similarly to Terry. Not insane, but again, when he's badged, he's going to be good defensively. Now, he's also the biggest of all three of these guys by a decent chunk. Rudy is compared to Terry and Carmelo. He's got the biggest player build as well. He's an elite slasher with 95 driving dunk, and he also has elite shooting badges and an elite level jump shot. Same exact jumper as Terry, which is that Rudy Gay base, and the same SIGs as well with the Kawhi Leonard behind the back and that elite fade. So, me personally, I would take Rudy and I would take Terry over Carmelo. 100%. I think they're all really good cards, and from 7 up, like I said, it's where the elite level shooters, small forwards start, I guess, on this list. But for me, I do have Rudy at number 5, and I have Terry at number 6, and then I have Carmelo at number 7, and hopefully y'all can understand my thought process for that. Now, at the number 4 position, I have Kevin Durant. KD is really, really good. I do not love his, I mean, defensively, he's not bad, right? Like 90 interior, 82 block, 93 perimeter, 92 steal, half on ball minutes. I think everybody on the list above him is better defensively though. And offensively, I mean, the jumper is good. I wouldn't say the jumper is, in all honesty, great. He just has a high release point, so it is pretty good, but it's not God tier. His dribble style isn't great, but his escape is good. I like his escape. Behind the back isn't great. He's very athletic. He's got amazing stats and badges across the board, and he is 6'10". So really good card, but to me, he's not quite as good defensively as any of these other cards on the list. And I think offensively, he can be a little bit overrated as a shot creator at times. Really good card, absolutely. I just wouldn't pay $1 million plus MT for him. That's my opinion. Number 3 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. His biggest flaw is very clear, and that is the fact that he just quite simply is not an incredible shooter. 73 3 ball, not great jump shot, and missing some shooting badges, but he does come with 34 total badges as a base card. He can get every single badge in the game. He's a literal god defensively, probably the best defensive small forward in the game, because again, he's 6'11" with incredible stats and badges defensively. And he's probably the glitchiest finisher and slasher on this list as well. So yes, he's not the best shooter. In fact, he probably is the worst shooter of every single card on this list, but he is pretty much the best at everything else besides shot creation that a small forward can do. And I think Giannis is an amazing card still. I do have him top 3. Very, very glitchy, very good option at the small forward position. Number 2 is not LeBron James. I'm sorry, we'll get to you in a second, LeBron. Number 2 is going to be Andre Kirilenko. I love this card. He is a god defensively with incredible defensive badges, but more importantly than him being an incredible defender, I love his release and I like his movement. He's a half post reser, 85 driving dunk, so he's a pretty good finisher as well. Decent speed, but the thing that I really like about this card, his jumper is absolutely cash, one of the smoothest and fastest jumpers of any small forward. Not to mention, De'Aaron Fox escape is actually a really good half-court dribble sig. And I think he gives you more shot creation ability than a guy like Giannis does, even if he's a little bit smaller. And for example, like KD, he's way better defensively than KD, and I don't think he's like that far off offensively because he's got the best sig that either of those two cards have. I just think the defense is so good and he's so solid all the way around, but his jumper's also so fast. And he's actually got real shot creation that I really like this card a lot. I think he's the second best small forward in the game, my personal opinion. But the best small forward in the game is still, to this day, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be the best small forward in the game, but I still think he is. He's been the best small forward in the game since the first day the game came out, and that is LeBron James. Just has such a good jump shot this year. He is so elite defensively as a slasher, as a finisher, as in everything, honestly. There is no card in the game that does everything as well that LeBron does, except for shot creation. His SIGs are not god tier. But he is a real glitch getting downhill, and his fade is so good as well. He fades to both sides at an elite level. Drag back is nice. Dribble style is not. That's the one thing I don't like about the card, is the dribble style is not that good. I still think he's the best overall small forward in the game, though. It's close, but I would take LeBron as the best small forward in my team still. And this is my top 10. Y'all might not agree with it, but this is my thoughts, and I'm sticking by my rankings. So let me know what y'all think of the list in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.